Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, thank you, Ron. Thank you, Danny. And what's the gentleman's name, May?
Wait, I see.
Yeah, just check. So anyway, sorry to ignore you there for a minute. I was talking to May. It's been an interesting 24 hours. Yesterday, it's Saturday here, and it is 9 o'clock in the morning. And hopefully the internet will stay connected. Let's go, dog. I'm on my second cup. I'm reading the comments. So anyway, all right. So my internet might be getting a little goofy. What's new, right? But yesterday, Friday, was the big move. We're still here at the apartment, but I just wanted to speed. We did move yesterday. We got everything big out of here. There's probably 95% of the stuff is at the new house, and May spent 2 or 3 hours over there with what's her name? Jacqueline, setting it up. Jacqueline wasn't the best helper ever, but she was a help. And so the place is pretty much set up. And it was interesting because these guys came over yesterday, and it's my mechanic, the guy that works on my gay looking little scooter and the car that I owned for 2 days. And he's also the guy that sold the car for me. Anyway, him and another guy came over, and they moved us inside of 90 minutes. They took over a bunch of Ballack buy-in boxes that I've been storing for my friend Goldfinger. They took over the freezer, the couch, our little desktop or cooktop oven, and then 46 boxes of May's clothes they took, and 1.5 bags of my stuff. That's how that rolled. And then the bad news is, the title of this is Good News, Bad News, and Dean. The bad news is last night, May's grandmother passed away. And what's the gentleman's name, honey? I'm sorry. Okay, so May wants me to give, and I want to give a shout out to Dan Ekdahl. And he contacted Riza and was very supportive of the situation, Riza being May's sister. And she made a little 3-minute video about it yesterday, and she's a little worked up. May and I last night were planning to drive. I was going to cancel the live stream because we were going to drive to Chaton to pay respects. It's an hour away. And May has a thing, and she's always had a thing about being around dead people, and it gives her nightmares, big time nightmares. So what we're going to do is, my last video that I made was, should you send money to your girlfriend or wife's family? And that, what I'm talking about is like a monthly stipend. And my conclusion was no, and I still stand by that. However, I'll modify it by saying that I am going to pay for the funeral. So that's just that. And I think that's a better way to go, to be honest with you kids, that you do a monthly thing and it becomes sort of like welfare, you know, and it tends to, I think, slow down the motivation. But when there is an emergency and I'm in a long-term relationship with someone that I love and trust, and something tragic like this happens, I have the funds set aside that I can do that. And again, just a shout out to the guys that are giving their condolences and whatnot with this situation right now. So we were really super happy all day yesterday. We moved. We were done in like 4 or 5 hours. May's got to buy some more drapes for for the place. The really good news is that I sat up there without the air conditioner on, and it was fine. I didn't need it. I had a fan on, and that was enough. So I think it's going to be, speaking of money, a money saver. The rent's less. It's got an extra bedroom, and I don't think the aircon here is on right now because it's hot outside. And I bet you a dozen bagels that if we drove up to the new place, which is only 1 kilometer away from here, up the hill though, it would still be cooler. So that's the good news. The bad news is her grandmother passed away, and we're not going out there. What we're doing is May's really conflicted. I mean, she's really having a tough time today because she wants to go and be with her family and pay respects. But I kid you not, there is a real psychological issue with her having nightmares, and she gets very emotional about certain things, certain topics. And so when her brother, she's had 2 brother-in-laws pass away, and she wasn't really emotional at all about that. And I guess it's because, I'm guessing here, I didn't really dig into it with her. I'm guessing that's because she wasn't really close to those guys. Where her grandmother is a whole different issue, where, you know, when she was young, the grandmother, of course, they were very close. And I guess you guys know at the age of 15, May was shipped off to Manila for 10 years to work and help support the family. And I guess grandma was one of the recipients of that. And so that's that. And then the weird news is since I'm a man of my word, I am going to have Dean Barano back on the little program today. I'm going to put that off as long as possible. And I'll just let him go nuts for 5 or 10 minutes. Because Edge, the last live stream I did was one of the funniest and strangest that I've ever done. There became a bidding war between Ed Jolly and Ed Schwartz on whether or not to have Dean back on the program. And it started off as a joke, and then it intensified. And so, again, speaking of money, more good news is there was enough money raised on the on that live stream to buy Risa a computer. So I went out shopping for computers day before yesterday, and I want to buy one locally because I can have it right now. It's not going to be as good as if I ordered it on Amazon, but we're shopping, but the delivery time is long, and we're trying to get her up and running. So I'll kick in on that too. And so we'll make it work. So that's that. Let's see what everybody's talking about. You're on your 2nd cup. God bless you. I'm on my 3rd or 4th. I think we're right on time. Hi, Jason. Hello, my friend. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I didn't know this was going to be the topic today. You know, and I found out last night, and we had planned to drive out to May's families, and then she changed her mind this morning. She's just too weirded out. You did not vote unanimously for a juicy story on the stalker. You did vote for that. And I forgot about that. I'm glad you said that, because I was like, what was that other video I was supposed to make? So I made a video yesterday. I think it was yesterday I launched it on should you send money. And then and it got 10,000 views, which is awesome. And then there's some sort of glitch in the machine, and now it says I got 2,000 views. So welcome to the world of electronics. Yes, hit the like button, kids, and don't forget to hydrate, because I know how strenuous it is to point that mouse and actually give me a like. Yay, Dean. Yeah, well, Dean will lighten the mood, you know, or not. And I am really uncomfortable whenever anybody passes. I don't know about you guys, but I never know what to say to somebody other than, man, I'm sorry for your loss, you know, and I am, but I'm always really uncomfortable. So I just don't know what to say. And this morning I was able to have a conversation with May and conveyed my feelings. Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it. You know what? I told May this morning, I said she was 89 years old. She died apparently of a heart attack. And I assumed that was in her sleep, I like to think. And 89 is good. So I want to go out there, though, once the smoke clears and all this, and videotape or go with Riza and May and videotape where her grandmother lived. I had no clue how rough it was. She lived. May said, I said, where did she live? She goes, in the mountains. I said, well, you guys always lived in the mountains. She goes, no, she lived up in the mountains. You know, no electricity, no running water, that kind of stuff. So, you know, it had to be a tough bird to make it through 89 years in those conditions. Hi, from Canada. Apparently, after 3 years, I learned another vet of Philippines calls you amateur. There's always another level. Oh, yeah, I pinned that comment on my last video called Meet the Filipino Flockers. It still makes me laugh. Your name is Gay Fokker? Remember that line for the movie? And so some guy wrote how what an amateur I am after living here for 4 years. And my message back to him or her, you never know who they are, is the minute you think you know everything, you're in real trouble. And this guy was purporting himself to be an expert because he'd lived here for a long time. And the minute I consider myself to be an expert in anything, I know I need to do a self-realization check because you never know everything. Every day is a learning curve. I'll make a mistake today and hopefully learn from it. Good morning there in Florida. How you doing, Charles? Hello from Kansas. Yeah, Riza did do a little YouTube on that, and I was proud of her because she was trying her best to smile throughout the whole thing, and she did. But you can see how emotional she was. And May's been crying. May's watched the video like 10 times and keeps crying. So if we ever needed Dean, today's it. Social John Merrick. All right. Nice to meet you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good to see you too, brother, as always. Upland Dave is an awesome friend. Really is. A lot of you guys are awesome friends. But China's been with China Dave, I still call him. I used to think he lived in China back when I first met him. And so he straightened me out by changing his name to Upland. And Upland Dave's gonna pick me up at the airport if and when I ever make it out there. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with him for a while. In fact, I'll probably extend the trip. I'd like to maybe spend a day with Upland and just hang out and shoot the shit and get some food and relax, and then maybe take the ride. Excuse me. I need a delicious caffeinated beverage. Well, greetings to you, Johnny. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Yeah, thank you, Secret Agent. We appreciate that. Thank you so much, Brian. It's appreciated. Thank you again. Thank you all. Yeah. I think grandmas hold a special place in all of our hearts. You know, I know mine did. I had the sweetest grandma. I had one that was just mean as hell on my mom's side, and my mom was just as mean as she was. And then on my dad's side, my dad's like the sweetest man you'll ever want to meet. And his grandmother, I mean, his mother was just an angel, you know, just one of those perfect grandmas. Yeah, we appreciate all the prayers, guys. We really do. Well, we are. In fact, today, the funeral, I asked Riza, how much does it cost to do this? And they said 30,000 pesos. And then there was a 13,000 peso donation donated to Riza from one of her subscribers. And then May said she wants to put, one of May's sisters kicked in 5,000 towards it. And then May says, I want to put in 5,000. And I said, no, baby, you keep your money. Whatever the difference is, I think it's 12,000 or something like that. I'll just pay it. That's, you know, again, I kind of fall back on the thing about not sending money every month and making people reliant upon you. But I do want to step up at a time like this, and it's kind of like the least you can do. So what the program's going to be today is we're going to go to, in about, when the live stream ends, we'll bug out of here. We'll go down to the bank and get the money in full, and then take it to May's older sister, who works at Cebuana, which is a money changing place. And she was going to come over. She was going to come over tomorrow and actually be on the little program and talk to you guys about money. A lot of questions about how to transfer money, opening bank accounts, what's it cost, where to go, how to do it. And she's an expert, if you will, because she works there. She does it. That's her job. She's the manager too. So we're going to just go get the money, get the 30,000, maybe probably a little more, 35, something like that. And put it into an envelope and send it up with her sister. And again, I think what we'll do is once the viewing and all that is over, we will make the trip up and go see the family. I love going up there. I really do. I like hanging out with their family. Not one person speaks English. And the last time I was there, everybody was, I think it was my hair or something they were talking about, and they were all pointing at me and laughing. Talk about feeling uncomfortable. But it was still fun, you know? It was just a day in the life. And beat the shit out of sitting in Las Vegas watching TV. Thank you so much, JD. You guys are awesome. Oh, you're awesome, David. Really, you are. I look forward to meeting you. I really do. Ed friggin' Schwartz better show up here, since I'm bringing on Dean for him. And I don't know if Ed Jolly may be boycotting the live stream today because he voted strongly against it. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate you very much. I'm rambling on here and get behind. Condolences. Thank you very much, old school. Yeah. Okay, you guys are chatting amongst yourselves. That's good. You are correct. In my opinion about money, it is okay and the right thing to help the experience that you're connected to need help. Yeah. I also feel very strongly about my friend that does send money every month, because he went up and took a look around and saw the conditions that they were in. He's well off financially. And, you know, I always quote this, but Denzel Washington, who's a guy that I really admire and listen to and watch, he does motivational speaking and stuff like that at colleges and commencements and just in general. And he says the most selfish thing you can do is to help somebody because of what, you know, the feeling that you get inside. wow, I did something good today. And so he sends them money every month, and he made a good choice because they don't pound him for a peso more. Um, and it's just what he wants to do. So, yes, thank you very much, Don. Yeah, yeah. And it's not like we don't help them ever. We just don't broadcast it a lot. It seems self-serving, if you will. And so we don't want to come off that way, like, the knights and white knights in shining armor kind of thing. Whenever we do anything in the community or for someone else, I'll give you an interesting statistic that some will choose to disbelieve, but it's true. 80% of the revenue that comes into this channel via donations and whatnot goes right back out to someone else. So there's where, and people do it without an agenda. They just do it, and it's, so that's probably the biggest, I don't know, the most satisfaction that I get from having my goofy little channel at all is that where I can't help, my subscribers or viewers or whatever will allow me to via them. And I always make sure that I take pictures or a video of that transfer, if you will. So if, for example, someone sent me, it happened before, somebody sent money to somebody that was in dire straits. And every time they do, I take a little picture of them receiving the gift, no matter how big or how small, and I send it to them privately. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. Thank you, Fisher. Yeah, my friend Goldfinger just sent me a message and said that Dean's taking all kinds of credit for helping my channel. Little does he know I lost about 30 subscribers. That's a true statement. I had guys go, this is not what I signed up for, and left. Yeah. We'll be bringing him up. We'll get off the sad news here. But May also vlogged, Ready Steady Dean. I'm kind of waiting for Ed Schwartz to show up before I bring him out, because Ed's the guy that really wanted to see him. And May did a video yesterday before the bad news hit the airwaves of the house, the little house. And so we'll be putting that together. And I screwed her up because I made a kind of an X-rated remark to her while she was mopping, and I was sitting like a toad, big fat toad sitting on the couch, and I made it, and she goes, "I'm videotaping." I said, "Well, leave it in, spice things up." Thank you very much, Paul. She would come and look at you guys and talk to you, but she's just not in the mood, as you can imagine. Yeah. May does have this thing where she has nightmares. Yeah. No, I won't talk about it. Yeah, I do too. I saw a very, very, very interesting program a couple of days ago on 60 Minutes that was taped in November of 2020, and I recommend it. It was a study that they did on people over the age of 90, and they had this great base of information that they did in the 1980s at a retirement village, if you will, and they had 40,000 people do this questionnaire back in the 80s. And then here we are in 2020, and they followed up on all of these people. They got a $6 million grant to do it. And real quick, since you're, because of this comments up there, what I took away from it was fascinating. Number one, they asked about vitamins. Did you take vitamins? Vitamin E, B, D, E, C, you name it, B12. And guess what? It showed, the data showed that absolutely no one lived longer because they took vitamins. That's the truth. No one lived a day longer because they took vitamins their entire life. It had no effect. But if they had 2 drinks, 2 alcoholic beverages per day, it did extend their life. And the old wives' tale, if you will, used to be red wine. They found in the study it didn't matter. You could have 2 beers, you could have 2 martinis, you could have 2 glasses of wine. As long as you didn't go over that, the 2 glasses of alcohol had a benefit on your health and longevity. Smoking was the number one thing that will shorten your life. So I'm in that category. And that is now my goal when we move to the new place, is smoking cessation. So that's going to be a process, but I'm pretty sure that once we get out of here and over there and I start some new routines, I'm not buying a TV for one thing. Try to be, and then exercise. 15 minutes a day was great. 45 minutes a day was optimum. And it didn't have to all be done in the same 45 minutes. So in other words, a 50-year-old, a 60-year-old, a 70-year-old, whatever, a 40-year-old, 30-year-old, it's a lifestyle, can walk for 15 minutes and then knock off, and then go outside and jack around in the garden for 30 minutes. And you've got 45 minutes worth of exercise. And that's good. That's a real big benefit. Going to the gym and doing strenuous stuff and having this big regiment wasn't as effective as just a simple walk. I found that to be very relieving. I can do a walk. And what else? Oh, weight. Being skinny shortened your lifespan. Being underweight shortened your lifespan. As you get older, you should gain some weight. Do not be obese. Don't be massive, but to be 20 pounds, 30 pounds, even over, actually was a benefit. So again, that was 60 minutes. And it's about the aging process, and a really interesting study. God bless you, Thomas. It was like storage words. I was howling and thinking Ed Jelly and I would have joined, thinking, you couldn't afford to get into it, could you? Oh, and I got the ballot buying boxes. I forgot about that. We moved all of Goldfinger's. My friend Goldfinger shipped me these ballot buying boxes to hold on to for him. Turns out he's not going to come here. He's changed his mind. He's going to hang out in Mexico. And so we're going to be doing a live stream where we open some ballot buying boxes. And we don't know what's in them. So that's the storage wars reminded me of that. I said I should auction them off. Thank you very much, Mike. We really appreciate all your heartfelt condolences, guys. Hey, Mick, nice to see you, buddy. Thank you. 89 years is a full life. I agree. Convey my condolences, please. Please pass to May. You have heard the news that Victoria Canada is on complete lockdown, from what I hear. Okay, Tony. Well, thank you for the condolences and the information and the update. Thank you very much, guys. If I talk about dying someday, it gets really upset. I don't mention it anymore. May does the same thing. If I talk about it, she just shuts me down. And here's Riza herself. Thank you so much, Paul, and thank you so much for concern for my grandma. God bless you, Riza. So anyway, I'm sure I sent Riza a message this morning and asked her what the tariff was going to be for the funeral. And you did have a donation from that gentleman, and I'm going to make up the difference for you guys, and we will. And I still got money to buy you a computer, so you're in good shape, Reza. Put a smile on your face. But there's Reza, guys, and she did. Single Mom Reza is her YouTube channel. We really want to encourage everybody to subscribe to her, and of course, subscribe to Baby May at Today with Baby May. When this thing is over, I'll put links to both their channels. As long as I don't pass out watching Dean later on in the show. So we love you, Reza. And we'll be sending the funds up today with your other sister. To all those you really want to see May's spouse wrong. I know, me too. Me too. Me too. You know, the thought occurred to me because I don't like to drive the scooter more than 30 minutes at a time. I get tired because I'm overweight and I smoke. I thought about renting a car today to go up there, but it would have been lost. And I wanted to put her dad in the car and let him drive through town. That's from another video Gary's referring to. When I bought my car, it all went to hell. One of the things that May was disappointed about was that her father had never sat in a car. And so to me, that still just boggles my mind, but spoiled American, right? And so I thought, you know what? No, because I would want that to be a different occasion. That would be I want that to be a happy time, not during a funeral. As late as possible. It's 9:30 now. We'll probably toss him up here at about 10 o'clock or so. Well, good morning to you, Las Vegas. Thank you very much. Howdy, Jim. What we bidding on today? We're not bidding on anything, buddy. That was an offhand remark that I made when Ed Jolly sent $10 and then Ed Schwartz sent 20, and I said, "Oh, he just got outbid," and then the whole thing just went off the chart. So, God bless all of you. That money is actually going to Reza. I got pictures on my phone of different computers that fit into the price range. And so we'll deal with that. I was going to do that today, but that's, obviously today's changed. I'm an expert in thinking what to do next and wondering how long I can put it off. Yeah. I've been meaning to tell everybody that I'm a big procrastinator, but I decided I'd wait. Thank you very much, Jim. What do you plan to grow if you have a garden? I would like to grow sunflowers for the seeds to eat. I don't know. That's going to be May's department. I would like to have my own little patch, though. I know May's going to put whatever she has in there, but I want to have my own little patch. I'm going to stake some territory off that garden, and I want to try to do a little compost heap too. But from what I understand, they don't do that out here because it attracts weird animals. So I don't know if that's true or not. Exotic life hacks. Finally heading into the Philippines in August if they open to tourists. Very excited now, fully vaccinated. Well, good on you, buddy. I feel if I watched you promote Reese's channel, subscribe. Thank you very much, Gravel Billy. We appreciate you. And so I've taken on the responsibility too of kind of managing Reese's channel, and that's something that I tend to dive into once we make the switch. The internet over there, the connection is about 4 times stronger than it is here. It's dedicated to that house, and so I'll be able to blaze through it a lot quicker and get a lot more done. And what was I going to say? I think she's going to actually do really well. I think she has a nice personality. I think she's going to be able to give a true look at the life out there. A single mom, a widowed mom with 3 kids. And I think it's going to be an interesting perspective. I didn't say hello because I never left your live stream. Fred, $99. Just wanted to send a little help. Bless you for helping them. Oh, well, thank you, Fred. We appreciate that very much, buddy. Really do. Thank you so much. God bless you too. I never had a grand. They all died before I was born. Buddy Trip, so sorry. Love you too, buddy. How are you out there in Bali? You eating good? Buddy Trip actually is the man that gets all the credit for the new name of May's channel, Today with Baby May. I asked on a live stream, what should we rename May's channel to? And the very first suggestion came up from Buddy. And I fell in love with it the minute I saw it. Today with Baby May. It really struck. So hang in there, buddy. Hopefully you get out here one day. Thank you, K9. God bless you too, buddy. Yeah. It's going to be, that's probably going to be one of the most, what's the word, rewarding videos that I can ever possibly do. And I'm really looking forward to it. And guess what? On that note, the movers who are my mechanics, and that sold the car for me and all that stuff when I bought a lemon, asked me about it. They said, what do you want to do about a car? I said, I want to get one. Start looking. And so we're going to do it. And today we're just going to do it. I'm sure you do, buddy. Yeah, we've all lost somebody and it's never fun. So thank you very much for that. If they're laughing at you there, but laughing at someone else. Yeah. Grumpy dude. Hey, Paul, good to see you, my friend. Anxious to get back to the field. I imagine you are. It really is pretty friggin' awesome out here. As much as I complain about stuff. I think back, where I was at then and where I am now, and just the mental attitude. You know what, buddy? It is funny. I'm looking over the comment, go up there. But May speaks a little bit of English. She knows how to communicate with me. But her accent is so thick that sometimes I go, what? And then Riza speaks a little bit. And then her other sister speaks really good English. And, but none of the guys speak a word. And, but for some reason, we just you do little animated stuff, that's funny. And, pantomime stuff and slapstick stuff is really kind of the Filipino sense of humor, physical comedy, if you will. So I just, do silly shit for them, and they laugh, and I laugh, and we all have some beers. God bless you. I know we're grief. Thank you very much, Paul. We appreciate that. I had no idea this was going to be a topic today, but it is what it is. When you help somebody else, you help yourself. My favorite quote from Calvin, over the sunshine shoulders. Yeah. It's it really is the best thing that I think you can do. I watched Dean twice from my comfy chair, and home tonight I'll be watching from my gurney. You guys kill me, man. Yeah, he is a trip, isn't he? I haven't looked for him yet. I got my Facebook up, and I usually send him a link on what do you call it, on Messenger. And so, but he says he watches all the shows. But my friend Goldfinger wrote me and said Dean's taking credit for all my success, when in fact I've lost about 20 or 30 subscribers. Thank you, David. We appreciate it, brother. Jim, I appreciate that. We will put it towards the funeral, man. Thank you. No, I think my internet's slowing down. Please teach me how to send money to you. That's something I don't know how to do. What is the procedure? How to send money to me? PayPal. I have a PayPal. Nate's got a PayPal. On here, you know what? There's a button that you push for sending money. Maybe you guys can tell them. Thank you. Oh yeah, yeah. And you know, see, I don't watch his channel. I turn it on for a few minutes. And it's just like, oh, yeah, come on. But you guys, what I get a kick out of are you guys. Not so much Dean. I mean, Dean's just as off the hook, one of a kind. I like him because he's real, I think, and he has no shame. But the comments are what just put me over the edge. They really do. Bottom right, $sign. There you go. I can't see it because I'm doing a stream. If I watch a stream, I know where it is, but I can't remember. The first month I lived in my house, in 2007, my Tagalog was limited. I relied on my ability to read eyes. If someone was saying, LOL. Yeah. Yeah, it happens to me a lot. And sometimes it just gets old, when there's people that have the ability to speak English and choose not to. That I get a little offended by, because then I know they're talking about me. Moving to this new house may be a blessing in disguise for Meg. Well, dude, it's a blessing in disguise for both of us. She is absolutely excited and loving it, and so am I. And it's, baby May, do you think the new house is bigger than this or a little the same inside? A little bigger? Bigger, huh? Yeah, bigger. Yeah. And what are you going to grow in your garden? Flowers or vegetables? Watermelon? Yeah, tomato? A lot, she says. All right, so we're going to have us some watermelon and tomatoes. God bless. Thank you, Randy. Appreciate it. That's not the purpose of the stream, but I do appreciate your guys blessing us. Thank you. Yes, they can, sir. Thank you very much. Like I said, at least 80% of the funds that comes in, boys and girls, goes right back out. I don't put it in my pocket. Yeah. Shame on me for not knowing. Thank you very much, David. Prayers are always welcome. I've taken all 55 lux that it's not needed for a long life. That's what this study showed. And it got me thinking about the big picture and how us baby boomers have been the most sold to, marketed group of people ever in America. And another interesting fact was that people over 90 are now the largest growing segment of the population. Isn't that interesting? So I took a lot away from that 60 Minutes interview with Leslie Stahl. And so, again, I don't usually push TV shows, but I found this one to be really interesting. And I think the vitamin deal was probably more of a scam than anything else. Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's just getting up and moving. It's when you're, I'm guilty of this. I freely admit my faults. But I buzz around on the scooter with May. I walked a lot in Thailand. I lost 20 pounds in Thailand because it was much more conducive. I walked more in Vietnam because it was more conducive. It was faster to walk than it was to drive because places were close and they were set up in much more organized fashion. Where here, I'll drive the scooter and park right in front of wherever it is I'm going. The only walking I do is through the front door. And there's a parking attendant there for you. So it's really simple. So walking has to be a voluntary thing. But what happens to me is I'll drive out with May, and it never takes less than 2 or 3 hours to get anything done, especially if you go shopping and you're looking for multiple items. And it's hot as hell, and I get home, and all I want to do is lay down and bask in the air conditioning. And so I don't get any real exercise. And the last thing I feel like doing is walking. So my routine is going to change at the new house. We don't have a TV, and May offered to try to get one for us. I said, no, I don't want a TV. I want to knock it off. I'd rather read a book. I get more from it. I'd rather learn something on the computer, or more importantly, just get up and go walk around a little bit, get out more. Yeah. 45 minutes, they say, is the optimum time for exercise, especially at my age. And you don't have to be lifting weights or anything else. You can do a little bit of resistance training. You can do a little bit of yoga, whatever floats your boat. But for me, I think walking is no impact, low impact. I'll walk uphill, of course, in the beginning, and for 15 minutes, and then turn around and walk downhill back. Makes sense to me. And there's 30 minutes of exercise. And I do want to go out and play in the garden, but that'll be more of a nighttime thing because of the heat. Okay, I will live on it. Yeah. Yeah. I actually, 4 years ago, I packed Nicorette lozenges I still got them because I thought, once I get over here, the stress will be gone and I'll quit smoking. And then I came over here and cigarettes were like $1 a pack. I said, well, that's a deal. It's just something I enjoy in the morning, but I've got to break the habit. Not an easy habit, but you know what? If Keith Richards can do it, I can do it. 2 shots of Dean a day takes about 10 years off your life. Yeah, this is going to be the aging program. Yeah, just doing is right. You're right, buddy. No, they didn't. Good on you, Steve. I quit for 2 years, and then my wife died out of nowhere, and I just picked it right back up. I will, Doug. Thank you very much. Well, good for you. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, yeah, Dean. It's a long story, but if you'd seen the last live stream, there was an offhand remark about Dean, and it turned into this whole thing between Ed Jolly and Ed Schwartz. And so I'm a man of my word. I told Ed that he wins, and I'm going to bring him on. Isn't that interesting, Ron, that you quit for 15 years and then you started again? Smoking's one of those habits that you never lose. I know guys that, you're the guy. It's 15, 20 years they quit and then for some reason pick it back up. I don't know what that is. Yes. Oh, yeah. Before I bring Dean on, I'm going to recommend that everybody have like moist towelettes, possibly some body spray, and something to wipe the sweat from your brow. Hide the kids and the dogs. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. Saw the 60-minute study. Okay, my grandpa at 93, grandma at 98, mom at 99 passed. All use tobacco, don't partake of any alcohol. Just saying, genetics pay. That's a good point. That's always been my assumption, is that genetics play a big role in it. However, the study is the study, and they had 40,000 people in this deal, and they had a nice baseline and followed up with those that were still alive to find out what was in common. It was a very, very interesting study. I thought it was pure science, and I was just shocked. I wasn't so shocked about the alcohol, because I heard that having a couple of drinks for years is good for you. I was not shocked about smoking being bad. I was not shocked about exercise, but I was shocked about vitamins. I thought they would be good for you, but they apparently have no effect, and that being a little overweight was preferable to being thin. Good morning, Butch. Thank you, BJ. Appreciate you. Thank you very much, Joseph. Where did I go here? I got lost. Hold on. I'm sorry. Oh, here I am. Okay. Sorry, guys. Every time I get to the bottom, it jumps, and then I'm outgunned by you guys. Thank you, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to tell you guys that I was a big procrastinator, but I've been putting it off. So I'll tell you sometime. I'll tell you some other time. Okay, Brian. Your wish is my command, buddy. I know, that was good. That was a good one. Yeah, I got the funniest people on here. I don't know. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. I actually haven't seen the rotation. I've heard about it, and it's crazy. I got this guy on my channel, and I don't watch his channel. I watched him for a few minutes, and then it's just like, that's enough. Yeah, the Don Juan, the San Juan. We are doing good. You are, my buddy. How are you? Nice to see you, Daryl. Thanks for joining in, buddy. I fell asleep during the live stream. I love catching all your videos. Sorry, please don't take it personally. Long hours. I guess it got to me. I don't blame you. I'd fall asleep during my videos and anything else I do. The fact you guys are having sleep problems, I recommend just playing one of my videos. I'll knock your ass out. Thank you very much. We love all you guys too. We really do. Yeah. It's been a long. It's gonna open up quicker than the Philippines. If he wants to, sure. And I also, unbeknownst to her, am going to teach May to drive. I was talking about you, Ed. He's coming on later. I'm telling you right now. I've been discussing the last live stream between you and Ed Schwartz. There's my friend Ed Jolly. Started the whole thing. Oh my gosh. God bless you. I'm sorry about your loss too. Appreciate you so much, Daryl. Always do. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm not using any microphone because I'm going to have, if I have it on, I guess you are. No one's complaining. When I have, what's his name? Jesus. Dean on later, I can't have the mic plugged in. So I'm just going off the usual laptop speaker. Today's picture is a bit fuzzy and choppy as opposed to one video. Well, that was filmed on my new whiz bang phone. And how do you guys like the old audio on my latest video, huh? Got that figured out. Figured out where to place the microphone. That was one of the issues. I figured out a new setting on the phone that was different from my old setting on my old phone. So I tweaked that bad boy. And the audio, I mean, the video itself, I think is crystal clear. I'm really super happy with the camera on that phone. And the, what do you call it? The audio. I did it without any microphones. I did it with microphones, and it was just not working out. But I think on the last video I did, it was clear as a bell. So I'll take the good feedback too. This is on a computer, and this is on a funky internet connection, which is why it might be coming in and out and being choppy. Videos are done without internet. There he is. You see? I know, you earned it, pal. He's coming up in a minute. I want to get through some of these comments real quick. Yeah, we can do, well, I'm sure videos are going to be coming left and right out of May in our garden on our channel, Today with Baby May. If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe to that. Yeah, Jim, it's, you know what? I was dwelling on that about a week ago. Not dwelling, but it crossed my mind of what a blessing it's been. And I didn't want to do it. I fought it tooth and nail. Honest engine, guys. I don't like to swear to God, but I'll say honest engine. I didn't want to do a YouTube channel. I got convinced by other people to do a YouTube channel. And that's a story within a story. I should do a video about that. But it's really been rewarding. It's been a lot of fun. It's brought a lot of cool people into my life. Thank you very much, Jerry. It's still Saturday, yeah. I got a little coffee. I'm gonna be taking. Let me go see if Dean's even here. Let me take a second, guys. Let me just see if he's here. Are you here? And let me send him a message. All right, let's get back to this. Sorry. Just wanted to see if he was. I have to send him a link, and I send it via Facebook. He's in the middle of his rotation, too busy to get on Facebook. Yeah. And then I think her and May can get together and help each other. You know, I'll help kind of get them started. And I'm no whiz bang on the computer, but I do know the YouTube stuff, and I watch videos about it. And so I see things that work and don't work, and mistakes and whatnot. So anyway, enough about my YouTube channel. The rotator. Good morning, John Schaefer. How are you, my friend? Let's see. The world would be a sad place if there were no deans. I agree. Well, everybody's unique, right? No, I'm not leaving Dean alone with anybody. Dean rotation machine. I can see it's time to start bringing Dean up. Yeah, thank you, Secret. Put a Band-Aid on it, buddy. Never say, let me know if there's anything I can do. Better to take over a meal. True. I watch YouTube all day here in Civic. Number one marks every man, 3 D's off of life. Thank you very much for making me number 1. Hey, Paul, I missed hearing what happened. We wanted to kick in too. This is not an anti-Dean bribe. Okay. Well, just to bring you up to speed, Ed, last night we got the news that May's grandmother passed away. So Thank you very much. We'll put that, that's going to go towards the funeral. I know. I know. You know, it's been my dream to interview a couple of really World War II survivors out here, but the language doesn't work. And I cannot use May as an interpreter because there's just not enough. I can't get it. There's just not enough there. Too much gets lost between us. And so I would love to interview. There was a woman that I used to see all the time that's hunched over, and I mentioned her one time. And then somebody else came out with a video about a woman like that, but that's another topic. If you scroll down to the screen, what was that? Let's look at the channel name, Paul. You can see a link to the channel that says make a donation. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was asking how to donate to the channel. Yeah. Hey, Steve, welcome. May's grandmother passed Ed. Yeah. 60 Minutes is some good episodes. CBS Sunday morning. Yeah, I think we should just completely eliminate CNN, eliminate Fox News, and the whole world's attitude will tick up by 50%. Ed Schwartz. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate you. I'm going to be bringing your buddy up here in a minute. So get you guys, like I said, hide the kids, put the dogs outside. I know. Keith Richards, man. And there's nuclear war. They say there's going to be two things alive, cockroaches and Keith Richards. I appreciate that very much, Jeffrey. God bless you. Yeah. All that low impact stuff. In fact, I think if you want to lose weight, swimming is the most effective form of exercise that you can do. We're doing good every weekend, buddy. No matter what life throws us, we do our best to try to remain positive and just deal with it, and get through it together. Yeah. Oh, it is my birthday, Jim. I'm surprised you remember that. That's awesome. Yeah. And you want a cigarette every day. And that's something. My friend, God, his name escapes me for some reason. He just lives up the road. He quit. And about a month later, back on. Yeah. It might be better if you just went outside and hosed yourself off. It might be more appropriate. You don't want to stain up the shower. Yeah, you just got to do it. I think what's in my corner is that I'm not a big drinker. Every blue moon, a cold beer sounds good, and I'll have one. I can't drink during the day. May and I always get a kick out of it. Every Sunday we go down to, not every Sunday, but almost every Sunday, we go to the Valencia market where they have open air fruit and vegetable stands. And while she shops, I sit down at a place called the Red Tables and I get breakfast. And there's the same guys there with me at 9 o'clock, and they're just pounding beers. I look at them and I see, God, how do you do that? I don't judge them. I mean, I think that you should follow your bliss. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Do it. Have at it. Nicotine can addict in 2 days. Yeah, it grabs you quick. Yeah, me too, Billy. Yeah, I'm feeling it now I'm getting short of breath. So it's gotta come to an end. Yeah. There's nothing positive about smoking. I mean, it messes up your teeth. It stains my hands. It bothers other people. But you know what? I'll go back. There is one benefit to smoking, and I'll tell you what it is. It's when I'm in a social setting and with 3 or 4 guys, and we're talking, and it goes to politics. And 2 of the guys start sounding like CNN on one end and Fox News on the other. And that's when I go, excuse me, I'm going to go smoke because I just don't want to listen to it. So it's an escape. Yeah, laughter is the best medicine. I agree with you. Yeah. Oh my goodness. We're going to bring old Dean up here in a minute. How much more of this do we have to listen to before you bring Dean on? Well, Juan Carlos, just cool your jets there, babe. I'm answering questions. Yes, it is. K9, God bless you very much, man. That's awesome of you. I smoked 6 to 8 cigarettes and tried to quit. Was very hard, but did it for about 15 hours with lockdowns. I am craving cigarettes. Well, don't do it, sweetheart. You stay strong for me. Any kind of addiction in your head, you quit already. You my own experience. It is. And I also know that's the secret to quitting, and I want to share it to you when I'm successful. Intermittent fasting is good for you. If you bring Dean on, go figure what if I bring Dean on. Dean's going to come on, whether you like it or not. When Dean comes on, be sure to have your dinner tray in upright position. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you so much. You guys are so funny. All right, we're gonna hello Paul, planning a trip to the Philippines next year. Hope I get to meet you. My condolences to May Reeves and the entire family. Thank you for the awesome videos. Thank you very much, my friend. It's my pleasure to do the videos. I don't know how awesome they are, some are better than others, but we managed to get through it. All right. Well, look at here. Alpha, he's here and he's ready to go. So what do you think, kids? Is it time? Procrastinators unite tomorrow. Yeah, I agree with that too. Thank you so much, Jamie. Appreciate you. You know, if 3 hours north is not complete lockdown. Well, hopefully you get out here sooner than later. All right, are you kids? I know I'm gonna skip through some comments here. Are you guys ready for Dean? Huh? Are you? All right. Let me go over here to Facebook. Whoops. Let me first get this thing here. Copy. Let me go here. Let me go to Dean. Let me paste and send. And let me come back. Whoops. Let me come back over here. Okay. So I've sent him a link. We'll look at some more comments that I skipped. Hard, something that kind of makes sense. Heard something. You have to be careful. Someone else has been poor their entire life. That is very, 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 very true. Very true. We did a little. May did a little dealio with a. My internet. Okay, I'm back. My internet's goofy. Someone made a sizable donation to May's channel for a young lady. And May and I talked about it because it was like 10,000 pesos or something like that. And I said, you know what? You give that to that little girl. She's only 18 or 19 years old, and she's just going to smoke through it. And she said, what should we do? I said, well, let's give her 1,000 and see how she does with it. So anyway, May talked to her and told her the truth. You know, we've got this money, but we feel like we should maybe just dole it out to you. And she goes, no, I need it. I want to buy a phone. I want to, all she had was a little flip phone. So May gave it to her and she bought a phone for, I think, 4,000 or 5,000 pesos. And then her family weaseled her out of the rest of the money. So that is a very, very true statement. The person may be responsible, but God help them if the rest of the family gets wind of it. So we try to do the responsible thing with people, and especially with the money, it makes it tough. Dean. All right.
Okay. Oh, how are you?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I want you to see the two girls. You know, you got good to see you guys. We're thrilled to be back. We've been waiting for this all day. Okay, we have anybody who follows my show. I'm sure you're familiar with your Lenny and Lauren with the sexy little curls that I love to pull every night. So they're here with me. We have so much to talk about today, Paul. I don't know where to start. So I was reading over a lot of the comments and the emails, and I appreciate them all. So I think what we want to talk about today is a lot of things that are in the mind of our viewers out there. An age gap is number one, and the guys are saying, what kind of age gap could I expect to have when I come down to Nicaragua? Is it like the Philippines?
Now, let me ask you this: do either one of those young ladies, they speak English?
No, these two don't. I'm going to bring one on for you.
I need to interview them because I want to see what their side of the story is.
Right. Okay. I promise you, I will bring a girl in here. I actually have a girl lined up who's 18 years old. Her name's Fernanda, and she's ready to do the interview for the viewers. And but she's not here with us tonight. She's not part of the rotation. She's just another one. But she's not part of my rotation. So what we want to talk about?
They have absolutely no clue what's going on behind them.
No, not unless I.
All right, so here's what I'm going to do, Dean. All right, here's what's going to happen. We're not gonna have you on here forever, but I'm going to let you just go nuts like last time. Okay? I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go use the CR.
All right.
Try to keep it clean.
Oh, okay? I always do. Oh, you know that. I never
make sure you take credit for everything.
I will try. We'll have to share the credit.
And so now, one quick warning for everybody watching. Okay, hide the kids, put the dogs away, grab a warm towel, and anything that you need to maybe sanitize your computer after you hear Dean. Okay. This is my parental warning to all viewers. And if you're gonna go ahead, Dean, you cost me 30 subscribers last time. Hopefully, it won't be that bad this time.
But look at all the money that was sent in yesterday, so you had to take that into consideration too.
All right, here's Dean. I'm just gonna let him go now.
Okay. All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining us and Paul. We're so thrilled to be here with you guys. We love the channel. We're a fan of Paul's. One thing I've been reading over all your emails and your comments, and I haven't got to them. Believe me, I will get to them. We've been busy taping our episodes and everything, just what we do on an ordinary day. I want you guys to check that out. But one thing a lot of the guys ask me is, what's an appropriate or what's an acceptable age gap out there? And the age gap, for you guys who don't know, is the difference between, say, the partners, like the age between the woman and the man. What's acceptable? And I really think that's something that you shouldn't really have any limits on. There's really no rule here that say it depends on the person. Maybe Maria down the street likes a guy 10 years older than her, and maybe Karen is okay with a guy 20 years, 30 years older. I can tell you this from my experience here. I've been here a long time. I'm 48. She's 23 and she's 23. So that's again, these are part of my rotation. I have a 5-girlfriend rotation. They're here tonight for me. And again, you folks probably recognize her from a lot of my videos in Pure Alpha Male. At any rate, that's 25 years, and that nobody looks at this strange or funny. I hear in the Latin community, it's kind of expected that a man's going to look for a woman. That's what men do. That's what we're biologically geared or wired to do. Look for young, fertile women because a man wants to spread his seeds, his legacy, and so there's nothing wrong with that. Again, these girls are a 25-year difference. I calculated the other day. I'm looking at one right. If I ever change routine, I maybe even go for 18. So that will put me at a 30-year. And again, nobody looks at that strange. And then maybe as I get older, I'll probably look for about the same. So I don't limit myself. I think that's a social policy. Society says no. You should only have a woman 5 or 10 years younger than you, and no more than that, because I don't know. It's a sin. I don't know. I don't think it appeared anywhere in the 10 Commandments. We have to have a woman our own age. I didn't see it there. Anyways, that's one thing I want you guys to know. If you come down here, you can have 18, 19, 20, if you prefer 25-year-olds, 30, whatever. These women don't see age as a bad thing. And the reason is they see that age like a maturity level. No, here in traditional Latin America, a guy who has a 17-year-old daughter, he doesn't want to let that girl, 17-year-old virgin, he doesn't want to let that girl go to some 20-year-old kid that lives in the neighborhood. He would feel much more better, and so would the woman, if she would find him a mature man, one that's more stable, one that is not going to get in the same problems that a 20-year-old boy would. Both these girls aren't interested in 20-year-olds. If they would, they'd tell me about it. So that's the thing with age gap here. Don't be a prisoner in your mind and say, I can only get a girl. If I'm 60, I can only get a girl 30. Or if I'm 70, I can only get a girl 40. Forget about it. You see something you like, talk to her, and I'm sure you can make her yours. If not, there's, like I said, there's like a bus. There's another one coming every 15 minutes. Don't get hung up on one, because there's going to be another one. You're going to end up liking a lot more than that. Okay, that moves us into budget. A lot of guys are saying, I know I want to come down there. I receive so much in a pension. Could I make it work down here? So what I did is I scribbled down a couple, doing a budget. Again, a budget's different for everybody. You might prefer to expend more in one area, the other. But again, we all need housing down here. So you guys, if you watch my videos, you see my house. It's a nice house. It's not a mansion. Thank you, buddy. It's not a mansion, nor is it a shack. We feel very comfortable here. We don't have an infinity pool, and I don't want one because, again, I don't want the girls laying around here all day. We have work to do. My house is $370 a month. That includes furniture even. So it's very affordable. I can feel comfortable living in a place at $200 a month. I just need extra space because I have my rotation here, and it would be too much for me. We live in a one-bedroom apartment. We feel a little cooped up. At least here we have a nice sized kitchen. They can cook for me and help me. As you know, I have a German Shepherd, so I kind of need to live in a house with a yard. But anyways, getting back to the budget, that's $370. Okay, so I looked over the budget, and if we look at all the numbers, again, budgets vary. So we look at $400. I like to estimate high. This way, if you're surprised, if you're not shocked, or it's not, you can't say, well, I didn't plan on that. So let's say $400. Cable here in Nicaragua, $50. Cell phone, $20. Electricity, $70. Food and groceries, let's say it's $350. And that's a lot, because if you watch my videos, you see we go out and get delicious meals at the market for as little as $3 for each, and they're delicious. They come with drink. They're fresh, not like KFC. You feel a lot healthier down here. Entertainment, say $250 in transport. So I figure a guy can come down here and expect to live decently on, say, $1,285. Let's call it $1,300. So if you're coming down on that $1,500 budget, you have $200 left over for any type of thing, and that's high. I think really, if you guys come down here and you keep your mind on your budget, you can probably do it for a G. You can probably get through on $1,000. But again, I like to estimate high. This way, if you're surprised, it's going to be a good surprise. It's going to be in your favor, and you're not going to be kind of short at the end of the month. So that's a thing. On 1,000, you should be very well off here, living well, have everything you need. And again, basically concentrate on what your rent's going to be, and you can build everything around there. I don't want to tell you can find a place you'll be comfortable and available for $200, but I can tell you at $300 or $400, I feel very comfortable here. We're living a nice middle-class lifestyle, and we love it. And there's no reason, again, okay, let's see what else we have here. That was another thing. And then I want to, since I'm on here, I want to put a thanks out to Tony Von Tony. He actually wrote me a theme song, and it's called The Great Rotator. And if you watch the channels, I put his link in there. If anybody has a YouTube channel out there, he did it. I was surprised. I didn't even ask for it. And he sent me a nice little jingle about 30 seconds long. Very talented man. You have to check him out. I know he's a viewer of yours. I see his comments come across the board here. His name's Tony Von Tony and Tommy. I'm sorry, Tommy Von Tommy, and he's a gifted musician and did an excellent job writing my theme song. And I want you guys to check out my theme song. And again, guys, that's pretty much it. As I said, I want to touch down on that. Another thing, a lot of guys, I want to kind of encourage people to come down here, and a lot of guys are really. A lot of guys are there we have full screen, Dave. a lot of guys like my rotation. They think it's funny. And again, it's just, I know a lot of people aren't looking for a woman rotation. They want to come down here, meet a nice Latin girl, maybe get married, or maybe they were married before and they're not looking to get married, but they want somebody to keep them company and be a wife. And these girls are perfect for it. I'm sure they're just like the Filipina girls. They're feminine. They haven't been ruined by the feminism movement. That they're that type of girl where they actually like a guy who takes control, leads them by the hand, and they never try to challenge you like a lot of a Western woman might do. They never try to poison drip you or try to take over the relation. It's just a blessing to be here, and that's the kind of women we're wired as men to look for, is that type of woman. No, a woman's going to try to challenge you no matter who you are. These women, sometimes they try to challenge me, and you just have to let them know that you have your limits, you're in your frame, and you can't let them get out of that frame of yours, because they actually play into your masculine frame. These people down here don't subscribe to that political that thinking of happy wife, happy life. And you see where that gets a lot of guys back in the West. They've been working many years to provide for their family. They think they just want to make the woman happy, and then it doesn't work out because they start to see the guy as kind of a simp. The man loses his masculine frame, and she pulls him into his frame, and that's really what she doesn't want. But these women down here they're not going to do it again. They're women. They have the same wiring as the women anywhere else, but they haven't been ruined by that social narrative, that feminism, that the man's the enemy now, and that's where we're kind of it's moving to. And I know I read the comments, I speak to the reader, I talk to the readers, or they send the comments, and that's a general consensus is that they're just disenchanted by and it's not even the Western women's fault. I think they're just being brainwashed into thinking this, trying to outdo the man, trying to impress him with a title. And these women do have titles. As I said before, she's in medical school. The other girl's a nurse. All these girls are on their path and purpose as well. So the last thing they're going to do is knock me off my path and purpose. We all get along. You can see in the videos what we do in a daily life. And again, I want to just kind of help guys out there who maybe might be lonely. They might not be happy. They might be living in a small little apartment in the U.S. someplace that they're paying too much for, and the kids left. Maybe they don't have a relationship with the kids anymore. They might be living with 6 cats, and they're like, this isn't what I expected. And there are a lot of guys out there, I'm sure a lot of them are watching now. It's not what they thought growing up. They subscribe to, hey, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to get a job, and then the woman's not going to leave me. And that doesn't happen a lot. The women are kind of they're forgiven for a lot of things they do, and it's just again, I love living here. I never go back. Again, the people like my rotation. We bring you our lifestyle every day, and I invite you guys to come down. I want to meet you. I can find you a nice, beautiful wife, and I can't say enough about this. And I'm thrilled and excited I found it. Maybe the Philippines would be for me, but the thing about it is it's a little too far, and that flight would kind of get to me as it would a lot of other people here. Let's see. Okay, let's go through. There's some questions here. So just to give you a little idea, but again, in my videos, you can get to know me a lot better because you come along with us on our daily lives as we participate in my cosmetic company. Okay, thanks, K9 Companion. My dog's name is Isis, and we went with the girls yesterday to get the dog bathed because she wants to get her nails done, and I only let her do that once a month. That's right, old school. It's all about spreading your seed, and that's why here they don't look at a man who might be older and maybe why is he with a young woman? Because that's the way we're wired. No matter how old we are, we always want to spread that seed. And there's nothing wrong with a man finding a woman young, beautiful, and attractive. I think my girls are the best, and that's why I like being with them. But not only because of that, they help me every day. They work for my cosmetic company, and if they didn't, I'd cut them loose. I'm not taking them on to take a charity, anything like that. Here, the girls know they work for my company. They just have to be on my love rotation. It just happens that way. Sometimes I met them out, and then I tell them, hey, why don't they work for my cosmetic company, Cosmetico Sophia? And they know that I'm on my path and purpose. My path and purpose is the success of my cosmetic company. So any of these girls behave, again, they know that they're not my focus of my life. I don't talk home, sweetheart, mi amor. They're not my princesses. We all get along, but they know if at any time they don't want to be here, the door's unlocked and they can just leave the key on the countertop, and we get along great. You can see us in our every day. We don't have to fight. And that's another thing about Pure Alpha Life. I teach you guys how you don't have to ever yell at women. You don't have to raise your voice, and you never lay a hand on these women. These women look to me for my validation, and they're not trying to outdo me. So all these girls have to do, they see their valid, just like my puppy Isis. Once women will chase validation till the end of time, and as long as they feel validated, but not praised, not put on a pedestal, because I won't do that. Everybody gets along. No, these girls don't. They're great. Yeah, David, they have great smiles, but they don't speak any English. And again, I kind of like it that way. I get turned on when they speak Spanish. When I hear people, if they speak English, it went through it for me. Let's see. Yeah, I'm 48 years old. I was born in '73. I don't know if you think I'm older or younger, but only 21 to 29. I don't know what you mean by that, Mr. Steel Pump. Steel Pump. Let's see. Upland Dave, I see you watch our, okay, church. It depends on what church you go to. A lot of wars are started. More wars are started over people fighting over who's invisible man in the sky's better than theirs, and that's why I stay away from the church. Does your bed rotation too? No, the bed doesn't rotate. Just the company rotates. Let's see. Let's keep these questions coming. I enjoy them. We love them. We feel like you guys are a part of the family here. Again, the channel is Pure Alpha Life. Pure, Pure, Alpha, Alpha, Life, Life. And it's more than just a channel. It's a movement. And what I want to do, if we can, it's like a manosphere, if you can. We know that men needed this. They've been kept down too many years, especially lately. And I want to show the men that, hey, listen, they don't have to live like that, especially a guy who might be retired and he's looking the next 10, 15 years of his life and he's not happy. We want to give them an idea, or we want to give them a notice. We want to let them know that there is a hope for them, and there's a place they can go to, and we're only 2 hours flight from Miami. So you can get on a plane and you can be down here in 2 hours. We're not on any type of lockdown. Nobody's walking around with a mask on. Everybody here, it's open. You can see my videos. Nobody's sick. They're not living in. Okay, let's see here. Dave, I don't know. These girls, I wouldn't say that, because as I said, the only money they get from me, because I don't run a charity, I'm not in the position to do that. If I own my own market of cosmetics called Cosmetico Sophia. If they find authorized dealers, or if they can make a commission, that's fine. But other than that, I'm not in the position to put anybody on a payroll. That's for sure, unless of course they bring commission to my company. Other than that, I'm not. That's not what I'm looking for. But again, if that's what you're looking for, I wouldn't even suggest San Juan. If you're looking for like pay to play, Managua, you might be able to find it. Costa Rica, you can find on every corner. I lived there 10 years, and there's if you're interested in that, you can find hookers on every block. Here in San Juan, no, their family would shut the door on them like the Amish. They wouldn't let them come back, and that would be the end of them. So here, you're not going to find any type of prostitution. I'm sure there's always a junkie somewhere that might go for it. But again, you can see my girls are doctors, and the other one's going to start law school. I'm sorry. And this one. So again, that's not here. If you're prostitutes, kind of like in the States, it's usually like somebody who has an addiction. Let's see. No, every 50 minutes. I said, Mike, I said every 15 minutes there's another one coming. But again, getting back to that age gap, guys, don't come down here thinking that my channel, Jeff Jones, is Pure Alpha Life. Pure Alpha Life. I don't want anybody coming down here. I don't want anybody coming down here thinking that they can't get a woman any younger than, I don't know, X amount of years, because that's not the way it is. Again, I was down here when I was down here living in Central America at the age of 28. I was dating 18, 19-year-olds at 38, 18, and now I'm 48 and 18, 19, 20. They're 23. To me, this is kind of the upper end of it. I might have to maybe retire one or two of them soon here, and I might have to age them out. But they're good girls, and as I said, and let's see. Are condoms added to the budget, Dean? No, I don't use them. I don't use them. Okay, Rich, my YouTube is Pure, P-U-R-E, Alpha, A-L-P-H-A, Life, Pure Alpha Life. So again, just to give you guys a rundown again, I'm in San Juan. I'm in there. He come the Rizos? He said the girl with the straight hair is pretty. I said in the Rizos, they're opposite for me here. We're here in San Juan del Sur. We're only less than a 2-hour flight from Miami. And again, I think that this is a perfect alternative to the Philippines or Thailand, where they're all in lockdown. It's a long trip. The language would be very difficult to learn the language here. A lot of the guys I see on a lot of them I'm reading here. He says the two ladies are very beautiful here. Jesse, thank you. And it's a lot easier for you guys to learn Spanish. I mean, I could live like a lot of the guys go to the Philippines or Thailand, and it take you years to even learn 1 or 2 words. Here, again, it's a lot easier to learn the language. It's more compatible to the U.S. to that of English. There's a lot of schools around here. A lot of guys saying, "Where can I learn Spanish? Where can I?" Thank you, Edward. Where can I learn Spanish? Don't even look for. I was going to do a review on some Spanish schools here where you can get a private tutor. But the best thing to do is just find a nice little señorita, and she'll teach you everything you need. You don't need to sit in a class, learn the alphabet, learn how to say horse or donkey. You don't have to do that. Meet a nice señorita. She'll teach you. You'll pick it up before you know it. And I see a lot of these guys coming through here. They speak Spanish already, but it's very easy. I would say no, Mark. Nicaragua is not dangerous at all, and in fact, it's the safest country here in Central America. I lived in Costa Rica. I never had a problem. I think the crime rates they say, that's it, Kevin. You got it. You got it, Kevin. Thank you. They say Honduras is a little dangerous. Again, I've never been there. Maybe yes, maybe no. But again, what I find is usually that if you don't go around the wrong road, that's not going to happen. I think a lot of those crimes are happening because the people are involved in something maybe they shouldn't be involved in. I don't think they're going around looking for an innocent person. But okay, leave out the lack of ROI, throwing away money. Yeah, no, again, I think what you're speaking about is when I spoke to that woman the other night, and she was talking about going to get her visa or something like that. James, yeah, you're right. The Western woman, and it's not their fault. I think they just been so brainwashed by feminism. And you go, girl, and you don't have to see. These girls learn early here. What they have to do is their sexual market value right now, the head nurse, yeah, their sexual market value right now is as high as it's going to be. They're 23 years old, and they know this is the time. Not like the Western women that want to go out to bars a lot and say, "Oh, we'll wait, or I'll be able to get the same guy I can get when I'm older." And they learn that's not the case. And these girls learn that this is the time. This is the time. These girls, they're most important. What they want to do is have babies. They tell me that every day. They want to have my baby. And I say, well, no, that's not what I'm looking at right now. But what these Latin girls were thinking about is having babies. They want to be mothers. The Western world are like, no, girl, you can hold off and wait until you're 30, and you deserve it, girl. You can get the same man when you're 30 or 35 because you'll have your title, or you'll have this, or you'll have a car. Not really, because again, a man's not really interested in. A woman will never really date down. Okay. But what happens is the women learn to the women in the United States, they know they can just kind of go out every night. They don't have to settle down, and they can wait, and then they find out they might have an epiphany when they're 30. But that's how it is. These girls, again, they're looking to please men. They're looking to please their men. They all come from strong families. They don't have any daddy issues. No, and the TV projector. And anyway, so again, any guy who's been exposed to the Latin community, I'm sure, and there's a lot of Latins that are living in the U.S. and hopefully they haven't been westernized to the point where they change, they lose their femininity, and that's what Jesse, they are. This one's in medical. I'm turned around here. This one's in medical school. The other one who isn't here right now, she's a nurse, and the other one's starting. And this one actually goes not to a university. I'm getting confused here because it's a mirror image. The ones with the nice curls I like to pull. She's learning English. All these girls, they don't really sit around. They like to expand their mind. And again, they're not just like taking the road of least resistance. What's the easiest thing for me? Again, maybe the easiest thing was to hook onto a man with money. I'm not. And I know these girls know I'm not that guy with money. And a lot of these guys, I think before we're like, well, are they on his payroll? And I think once they watch my videos, they see that I'm in no position to have anybody on a payroll. And it's just better that way. And we all get along so much better. And part of what I like to teach people is what I like to teach people is basic dating strategies. A lot of guys say, Dean, I want to pick up a young woman. Can you give me advice? Maybe the last girlfriend I had was my wife, and my skills are a little rusty. I don't know what men want, and that's why I'm trying to teach people. Not only show you my lifestyle, but I like to show guys like how to have a woman see you as a high value man. And what I mean by that, a lot of guys are saying, wait, aren't these girls must have something wrong in the head if you have 5 girls and they're acceptable with it. But I like to teach people is, no, that's not the case. A woman, it's called pre-selection. And what I mean by that is if a woman sees a man with another woman, she feels that man is, okay, let's put it this way. What a woman doesn't want is a man that puts her on a pedestal, tells her she's a princess, how he can't live without her. And if the woman thinks the man doesn't have any other options, that he's sooner or later it's gonna kill him. What you have to show these women is that, and I let them know right away. Listen, girls, I have options. I'm with you because I want to be with you, but I let them know I don't lie to one and say I don't have a girlfriend. Try to pick up this one. I let them know this is my lifestyle. If you approve of it, most logically you'd say, well, wait a second, that doesn't make sense. A woman wants to be the one and only. Not really, because she does want that, but a woman always wants something that she can't have. And what I mean by that is a woman sees a pre-selection, and that again they're hardwired for that. The more a woman sees me with 2 or 3 beautiful women, that's going to turn her on. Nothing's going to dry out a woman when a man puts her on a pedestal, begs to be her boyfriend, kowtows to her. No women will like that. They'll see that as a man with no options. And there's a saying that yeah, they do get jealous of each other. Está celosa. Okay. Yeah, she's you watch the videos. I'm spun around. She's not that jealous. This one's the most jealous. Second is maybe my female dog, the Easies. That's the worst. Okay, thanks, Ted. So anyways, that's what we want. We want to teach you guys is that we can come down here, forget all your whatever social policies, this happy wife, happy life. And, some guy might have been working 15, 20 years trying to support his wife. Hey, Paul, how you doing there? And that just doesn't work out, and they get disappointed, and I feel bad for him because, again, a lot of it, here you can come down, meet these beautiful women, you can live well here, you can live in an economical life. You see what the budget is. It's very similar to the budget that you'd find over in the Philippines, maybe Thailand. And, again, I can't complain. I'm here. I'll be here up until my final days. And, I can't say enough. And I want to see you guys come down here. Paul, I want you to come down here. The girls want to meet you in person.
Well, I'm gonna kind of wrap it up with you right there. And I appreciate you coming on. And I'm gonna take another poll and find out if the guys want you to come back. And I think that you gave some information there,
right?
And you gave some opinions.
Right.
Okay, I disagree with a lot of your opinions. In other words, I'm much more of put the pedestal, the woman on the pedestal philosophy. That's me, and it doesn't make me right and you wrong. It just means that you have your opinion and I have mine. So respect another guy's opinion,
of course,
and as long as it doesn't infringe on me. But I would really like to interview or talk with one of the girls that can speak English.
Okay, I'll bring
where I would love to get the feedback from her.
Okay.
Okay, you let me know when, and I'll take a poll and make sure everybody gets a kick out of you, Dean, including me.
Right.
And hang in there. I'll probably bring you back before we go, but I'm gonna take back my channel for a minute. Okay.
Okay, we'll do. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Paul. We invite you to watch the channel. We invite you down here. We want you to have a great day or night, wherever you might be. And keep in mind, pure alpha life.
Okay, Dean. Well, there you go, kids. What do you guys think? Should we have him back on? Let me go through the comments, because the comments are my favorite part. And I was trying to throw them up there while he was talking. Get another one on the left. So I'm just going to roll your comments up. And you know what? I appreciate his honesty too. Him and I are polar opposites, really. I've always been a one-woman guy. That's just me. And I think that my spin on it is that when I was dating, in other words, when I was not in a committed relationship, maybe I would go out with someone named Mary on Tuesday, and it would be our first date. And maybe something happened, or maybe something different didn't. And maybe on Thursday I would go out with Betty or Sue or whatever. And I think during that time frame, or that part of your life where you're single and you're in the dating stages, and you're free to go about your life and the girl is free to go about her life. I might have a date with her on Tuesday. She might have a date with somebody else on Wednesday. And so there's where I can see where you might be with different people on different evenings or not. But Dean has this thing where it's all pure alpha male, and the women are there to make him happy, and that's it. To me, it objectifies women. But again, I think that it's cool that Dean is able to be Dean. And I really love and appreciate people who are honest and just tell the truth, no matter what the consequences are. Along that vein, him and I are kindred spirits. I like to be honest and open about my life, and I have a problem discussing my failures and my few successes. So let me get back to the comments here. Time for a beer. Actually, according to Dean, it's pretty safe right there. And that is the name of his channel. There's a lot of comments I got to catch up to. Yeah, he needs a hug. So what do you guys think of Dean? What do you think, you guys? I mean, I'll get through these, but did he steal that? Do you think we should bring him back on? See, I don't understand, but I'm sorry, Ted, I didn't get that up in time. He needs a lipstick. Okay, so there you go. So you're going to have guys that agree with Dean completely, and that's fine. And then there's going to be guys that are more along my line. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. I don't know. But again, I like the honesty. Okay. He does have a lipstick line, and he showed me the whole product deal, and I give him credit for going to a foreign country and being able to start a business. That's not an easy thing to do. I have a friend that did it in Thailand, and so doctor. Yeah, he's in Nicaragua. He's in Nicaragua. Imagine the people. 20 minutes. I asked him that same question. He said it's about a 20-minute bus ride. I don't know about that. He's told me that the country is safe. He's been there like 8 years. No hassle. If he's not getting hassled, who would? I'm back. I actually went outside and had a cigarette. I just let him go nuts. Yeah, I bet you could. I think that Dean is really interested in meeting guys and showing them around. And I don't know if there's an ulterior motive behind it, but when I was talking to him, he says he really wants to meet guys and introduce them to the town and introduce them to women. And if nothing else, he's passionate. I know, man. He's the guy that's never take a breath. See? Oh, see, I don't understand. Are you ever scared that the locals will kick in your door and rob you? Yeah, they're pretty girls. So you guys are speaking Spanish, and I don't understand it. How going to get a girl on a 2-week trip to Nicaragua? I guess you go see Dean. That's a good question. I'm really curious about chatting with one of the girls. Dean can breathe through his ears. Funny. My internet's slow today, kids. Sorry. Are they vaccine the slaves there? Teach us men. The only thing any man has to do is learn double talk and practice pimp mentality to achieve Dean's social class. Anyone can live in a fantasy if you believe your own BS. Okay. Good answer. What was the question? I know, man. He puts the sham wow salesman to shame. That'd be good. Nicaragua. No, he's not. Nicaragua. That's where he's at. And what got my attention when I first talked to him is that it's a 2-hour flight from Florida and then like a 20-minute or 30-minute bus ride from, I forgot where he said you land, and to where he's at. And according to him, what was the number? I kind of came in on the tail end. I think it was $1,200 or $1,300 a month to live there. So I still think at the end of the day, like Dean, hate Dean, love Dean, I still think that my original intention of having Dean on the little program here was to make you guys aware of an alternative destination. And it might be while you're waiting to come into the Philippines or Thailand or Vietnam. So if you take anything away from this after your shower, is that you might want to just Google it, check it, verify, validate everything that he's saying. Yeah, the girls were a little more animated this time. Yeah, he's in Nicaragua. Well, he could translate for you, but it would be too time consuming, So I asked him last time that we chatted before this stream, could he make sure that he had somebody here that spoke English? And he said he would. I don't believe that he was BSing me. I just don't think he was able to make it happen. Paul is younger. That's the first time I've ever heard that. That is true. Women do not date down. Don't insult the legacy of the half. Dean is still an amateur. He hasn't made millions off the naked bodies of these chicas bonitas. Baby, let's cruise. Dean has a company where he sells lipstick. And those girls there actually go out as like reps and promote his channel. I mean, his channel, but his lipstick line. And I got a zillion comments. Anyway, I got lost somewhere. Well, thanks for agreeing with me. No, I just think that I think that for me, I'll be honest with you. When I was dating, and I did see multiple partners, if you will, over my year or so of being single, I found it to be very kind of shallow and unfulfilling, to be honest with you, because there was no real connection there. And so for me, it's the way I'm built, is I need to have an emotional and mental and spiritual, if you will, connection with somebody for it to have any kind of real meaning. Just to have different girls every day and rotate them and play one against the other and do this and do that. I mean, I guess that's a lifestyle choice. It's really nothing new. It's been going on forever. But just my spin on it. He could go on for a lot more than 3 hours, buddy. And I agree with that too, George. He is honest. And that is kind of the endearing part in my heart with him, is that he doesn't pretend to be something he's not. And, I told him to his face, man to man, I disagree. And he said, okay. And so it's okay to disagree. It's when you start getting ugly and putting the other guy down for not seeing things your way, that it gets silly. And we never go that direction. He is an American. Actually, it does make Paul wrong, but that's okay. I don't know what that means. Blue pill philosophy. Yep. Paul is vanilla and Dean is rocky road. Dean is great and Dean's a joke. Okay, I will bring him back if we get enough votes. Now we got 1 for, we got 1 against. See, we're gonna have to keep the poll up and running for a day or two. I actually like Dean. I like having him on the show. I think he's funny. I like chatting with him, and he doesn't get really vulgar, if you know what I mean. It's not like he's got the he keeps it level to a degree. One day you wake up and realize the end is closer than the beginning. You take stock of your life and wonder if you've made a difference with some people in the world. Yeah, good point. Good point. It takes 8 minutes to smoke. honest with you, I'll be honest with you, I went out and smoked a cigarette. I came back, I took a sip of coffee. I was listening to Dean. I said, I need another cigarette. And I walked back out. And that is the name of his channel, Pure Alpha Life. Yeah, what just happened? I know. It's like a whirlwind. Bring him back. Okay, so we got 2 for, 1 against. Yes, I guess that's a vote for him. You hate the way he talks. Okay. Alpha. And we gotta loves this guy. And you know what? Laughing is good for all of us, guys. So everything we do here is tongue in cheek. Okay. Yeah. See, we don't have to agree with each other. Disagreeing's cool. And sometimes just getting another guy or another gal's perspective on things is healthy. I have felt very strongly about certain topics, and then I spoke to somebody with the opposite view, and they were actually able to make their, not argument, but they were able to make their point very logically and change my mind a number of times. So I've flipped because on certain topics and certain subjects, just because I allowed myself to remain open-minded to listening to someone. The problem is that people tend to preach to you or put you down for what you think or knock you because you're a Democrat or a Republican or a Christian or a Muslim or whatever. And that always is going to shut you down. But there's communication skills that some people have that they can make their point without offending you and simply drive it home that what their belief system is and not ask you to join them, but it's where they're so convincing or they make so much sense or the facts just add up that you at least consider it. That's effective communication. Okay, bring him back. He was a little more reasonable this time. I think that I was really appreciative of the fact that he gave some actual, other than just it all being about Dean, that it was some information about budget, and that was about all I heard. More Dean? Okay. Yes, we all need. I warned you. Costa Rica, Latinos, and mosquitoes, not a beautiful girl. There will be one in 15 minutes. That's funny. That's another fact. That is another fact. Is that the real lowlifes, if you will, are the guys that lead women on and lie to them and promise them and tell them all these things that they're going to do and how it's going to be and sure. And then they just drop them. They use them and then drop them. Okay. You cannot argue the point that these girls are not aware of what the scene is. And it doesn't look like either one of them is being held there by gunpoint. So they're there of their own volition. They know what the story is. They know what the plan is. And so how can you argue it? If it's a lot better than the guy that lies to get what he wants. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. I don't know if he really has an agenda. I mean, he likes to promote himself, but that's not a bad thing. Yeah, I know. Okay, so we're getting votes to have Dean back. That's good. He's like back, keeps coming back even after the penicillin. What was said with Dean is a hoot, even though his idea of reality may be different for most of us. That's his right. See, I like you guys. Well, I like the guys that are on my channel with me. Yeah, that's really the key is to have one of the girls on and just have a chit chat with her. I am a one woman type of guy also. Yeah, I probably am more of a blue pill guy. Okay. See, Dean's got to be happy. You know what? If they spoke English, that would be awesome. I would really like to do it. An ultimate deal would be to have the two girls that speak English with no Dean. Wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, just as a, because I like both sides of the stories, right? Yeah, don't hate. It's okay not to like someone. There's a lot of people that I just don't like. Here in Dumagetti, not a lot, but there's a number of people that I just don't like for one reason or another. But I don't hate them. You know, if I see them, I say hi to them, and I just keep walking. But do I want to spend time with them? Absolutely not. Women are people too. However, these women that he's with, like I said earlier, tend to be here. They know the program up front. So I think that says a lot. That's what I just said. Yeah. He is selling, well, he's selling his channel, of course. And then he's also says a line of lipstick. Maybe we'll have him bring his line of lipstick up. These are the comments that make me laugh. Put him on a 10-minute timer. Dino told me he's getting married at 10 a.m. I asked him why so early. He said, because it doesn't work out. I don't want to blow the whole day. Good one, Dad. That's funny. Yeah, he gets excited, man. Thank you very much, Bob. Yeah, yeah. Gave us all a chance to forget about that for a few minutes, right? We still have to deal with it. His channel is Pure Alpha Life. Bring him back, okay. All right. Should I bring him back on today for a little while? Okay. He does make me laugh. Now I'm a little disappointed that we don't have a girl on that speaks English. Here on Spanish woman. Oh, you just hate it when it comes to compare between women in Asia, especially in Spanish women. Yeah. Well, you know what? I want to thank you for tuning in and being cool. I always get happy when I see that I have a female viewer that is open-minded, and I can see where he would offend you. But I really do appreciate you being on being with the program here. Bring him back. Okay. Well, it's getting to the majority here. What's Dean's channel? It's Pure Alpha Life. Don't care for Dean. No respect for women. They will probably leave at 25. Okay. Bring him back. Thank you, Paul. Dean in small doses. That's what I say, man. That's going to be the caveat next time. Yes, I'll leave that up for a minute. Okay. Dean does Dean. Boring old Paul's back. Thanks for coming, my little peanut. Bring him back. Okay. I am thankful for people like Dean that are either too far to the left, too low, like fall in the normal range. Yeah. The world is made up of a lot of different types of people. And that's what makes it interesting. And there are certain qualities that I find in people that I just endears me to them. And with Dean, it's his truthfulness and his honesty. And I like many people. I worked with a bunch of real characters. I think calling Dean a character is apropos. And so, and you got Boring and old Paul on here just talking about things. And I think it breaks up the monotony a little bit. But just the truthfulness, the honesty, the sincerity, the passion. I don't know. Carolina Tom loves him. Yeah. Well, see, that would be the problem is that you need a sidekick. If you're going to have a sidekick, it's got to be a guy that, just kind of chimes in once in a while. But that would never happen. We appreciate that, William. Thank you so much. If you bring back, well, David, I think we're outvoted. I'm going to lose. I don't know. I lost a lot of subscribers the first time he was on, so I'm sorry you're leaving, buddy. Okay. Is a lipstick lesbian. Where is he? He's in the wings. I know. Someone said he breathes through his ears. That's a good point. I guess that's a problem in America, MS-13. Yeah, you'd follow the money, right? It is just for fun. It's to break up the monotony of just listening to my old ass. And but I was really, really looking forward to chatting with one of the girls. Okay, you're entitled to your opinion, TV History Project. I don't think so. I think that they are employed by him, but again, I'm not there. I don't really know. May doesn't watch Dean, and May's in a bad place today anyway. Her grandmother passed away, and so we're going to be dealing with that later on. I was going to cancel this live stream because May and I were going to take off early this morning and drive to her hometown to attend to her grandmother and her family. But May is too emotional to do it, and she's also very scared of dead people. So even though it's her grandmother, she's feeling very conflicted today. May would never understand a word Dean's saying. Never. I have to talk sort of slow, and I have to do that with everyone out here that I talk fast. I thought I talked fast till Dean came on, but I have to talk at a lower rate. So there's no way that she would. I know that she would totally disagree with what he's all about. Glad Dina's gone. Is here. Love her channel. Yeah, I haven't seen her channel. I'm guilty of not watching other channels, including Dean's. But I'll check her out, maybe. That hurt. All right, so I'm gonna so I'm gonorrhea. That's a good one too. How do you satisfy a woman? Yeah, who cares? to change the subject, but union occasion for you interviewed about. Oh yeah, he's doing good. I have not seen them since that video. He is a total homebody. And we've been meaning to pop in on them. They live right across the road, if you will, from our other friend, Jennifer. And Jennifer introduced us to them. And we love those two. But he is really just a homebody. He stays home almost all day, every day. And at 5 o'clock, he has a routine where he just starts drinking beer until he goes to sleep. And he's got, again, and he's one of these guys that when he drinks, you don't know it. He can have one beer or he can have 41 beers, and he's just as level at the end as he was at the beginning. But they are really sweet people, and we need to get over there and see them. We've just been busy. Thank you very much, Mike. Scared to subscribe. Yeah, well, you can always unsubscribe. Almost a Dean overdose. What city is he located? I forgot how to pronounce it, but I'll have him on for the last 5 minutes or something like that. And then May and I are going to go take care of this issue with her grandma. Yeah, me too, K9. I mean, don't we get enough headaches from one woman? How do you deal with 5? Good to be back. What is Filipino food? I think sucks. I just don't like it. I like Thailand's food. I don't know about Cambodia, but I'm with you. I love Thai food. I don't care for Filipino food. It's the same. It's spaghetti. It's all sweet. You know, the spaghetti, sweet. Chicken, sweet. You can't order an iced tea out here plain. It comes sugared. So I've never been a fan of the cuisine here. You don't see a lot of Filipino franchises cracking up over the world, except for Jollibee. Fine, okay. Dean's a little closer from Houston. It's about 1.5 hour flight. See, this was what was kind of getting my attention, was how close it was. And to be really honest with you guys, if I wasn't here and I was in the States right now, and I was in a holding pattern of coming to the Philippines, and couldn't get in here and couldn't get in there, and didn't want to go all the way to Albania, and Greece didn't turn me on, I would go to Nicaragua. I would go there because it's just an hour and a half, 2 hours. Maybe it's 5 hours from Vegas. I don't know. It's a relatively short flight. I don't think it's expensive. It doesn't sound like it's expensive to live there. And if nothing else, I'd go there for 2 weeks, just to hang out and break up the monotony. Here's Ed. This is the man that's responsible for this entire thing. All right, Ed. Am I a man of my word? We had a rough day with May today, but I kept my word. I know. Don't you feel just a little bit tawdry? Dean uses the women for sex, which is fine if they understand that. In his rotation, so to speak, lipstick line would be like a constant line of girls coming in. For me, I need more to a relationship. I agree with you. They did have some civil unrest that was closed down through 6 months. That was 2017. I think that's over now. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about Nicaragua for a long time. Yeah. All right, man. If you're taking off, and thanks for coming by. I know we've been on for 2 hours. Thanks, Craig. Thanks for coming over. Yeah, in small doses. I'll let him say goodbye one more time. And then you kind of ruined the channel, huh, Sir Paul? Not really. I think, you know, I think people that watch my channel know that that's not me. But I did bring it on for variety, I guess. You know, originally it was going to be an informational deal that Nicaragua was an option for people in the States or other places to go to, if nothing else, for a cheap vacation. But it turned into this whole other thing. Okay. No more Dean. 2 votes for Dean. We got a lot more votes for than against. You know, he's red pill and you're blue pill. It's just a matter of personal choice. I was blue pill when I was young, and I took a beating by those fins early. I don't know if I'm still blue pill. I'm definitely not a big alpha guy. I have learned to say no. It's all right, buddy. And he likes him. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's not using a lot of cuss words or being demeaning. I did see him snap his fingers and stuff, but he's different than me. And sometimes it's nice for you guys to see something different than just my old ass. It's very important. You have to just show up. That may be true. Bring him back. Okay. It is funny. You know, that's the whole point of it, guys, is not to take ourselves too seriously. And I do the channel for a number of different reasons now, but originally it's just sort of like a video diary of my life. And this is just going to be one of those segments of my life that I can look back on this video, this live stream, and just have a good laugh. See, we got overwhelming votes for Dean. Dean might be cut in half if you quit smoking. I'm going to be a bathroom break. Okay, we'll bring him back. I know. It's a trip, isn't it? And, you know, it's like, well, we'll get back to the cigarette thing. Ask Dean how he finds chicas. Okay. I'll let you guys ask him. I'm going to bring him back up. I think he's honest. Is he full of it? Is he full of himself? Yeah. But, you know, I think it's healthy for us to, for me at least, not for you, but for me, at times I need to just jump out of my comfort zone and get uncomfortable and see things differently. Otherwise, I get stale. You know, Russ never sleeps. This is like a train wreck, right? You just gotta. You hate the fact that it's happening, but you gotta look. So let's see. We got a lot of comments on here. We are going to have to. May and I have got some stuff that we've got to do. We had an unexpected event in our life. Revlon called and they want their makeup back. So I'm going to try to get through some people that have not been on. And then I'll bring Dean back for a minute. And let's see, I haven't heard from Len. Visiting Paul, I know I have a good chat. Visiting Dean, I'd have to warn him not to try anything funny or I'd crack him. Okay. Now, let's see. Disagree with the fellow who said Dean doesn't respect women. That's the problem. He just doesn't respect what he has. Many. Let's see if I can find somebody that has not commented yet. Oh, and thank you, Craig. And thank you, Kyle. I certainly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, YouTube, David Letterman of the Philippines. Love your show. I'm sorry for May's loss. Well, thank you very much, Rodney. Yeah, it's like I said that this is like, I always liked Letterman when I was growing up. I loved his sense of humor. And I said, Dean's my new Larry Bud Melman. Let's see, there's Biff. I know we've already heard from you, but let's see. I want to generally point out that the criticism aimed at Dean about exploiting young women and poverty is criticism Western men also get hit with in the Philippines. That is true, Biff. I think, it's that was Dean trying to call you up and sell you some lipstick. She would never understand him. I think so. That's why I have the problem with CNN and with Fox, is that they're not, one's one way and one's another way, and it's predictable as to who they like and who they don't like. I say get rid of them both. Let's just go back to the weather and sports. The world will be 50% happier. Thank you very much, Scott. That's very sweet of you. Bring him back. Yeah, what the hell. Thank you, David. And God bless. Let's all keep baby May and her family in your prayers today. Why do you care how close it is to the States? You want to spend time in the Matrix. I don't understand that. Oh, because of red pill, blue pill. I enjoy Filipino food, line of sugar, all organic. All right. Thank you. Love back to you, John. All right. Thank you very much. You guys rock. Yes, thank you, David. I have to be a big head, but I don't know who Big Head is. Thank you, Richard. That's right. We all must deem responsibly. I'm going to bring it back on at the end, because I want him to show the lipstick. Oh, my goodness. Rush Never Sleeps. Yeah, it is a great album. Shows you my age. Did her grandma die from No, she had a heart attack last night. And I like to think that it was painless and in her sleep. Oh, no. I really didn't like sales. It was what I did because I had to. Thank you very much, Barry. There you go. I need a Dean vaccine. All right, let's bring Dean up I'll go smoke a cigarette. Speaking of cigarettes, I'll bring Dean up. Dean, be nice. And maybe you can show them your lipstick, and maybe you can show them your lipstick line.
Okay.
And what else? Next time you have somebody that I can speak to, one of your little female cohorts.
Okay.
I do want to get, there's your side of the story.
Sure.
There's her side of the story. And somewhere in the middle, there's the truth. Okay. So I just want to make sure that I can speak with one of the ladies, or two, or more, and have a candid conversation with them. Is that fair?
That's fair. Paul, what I'll tell you now is the girls in my rotation, there's 5. None of them speak English, but what I can do for you is I can bring in here a Latino girl, and she can't speak about the rotation because she's not in on it, but she can talk to you about how women view maybe a man such as myself here in Latin America, or what
I would like that.
That's the best I can do. Any of my girls, they only speak Spanish. Like, as I said, I kind of like it that way. It turns me on. But I can find a woman for you who would be just as honest. She's not going to be in my rotation of 5, but she can enlighten you and the viewers as far as what women might really think about me, even though she's not in. And I think that might be better because here she's not in the rotation. So if you guys might, well, the girls don't want to say anything that might go against him. No, this girl has nothing to lose. So she's like an unbiased witness, if you will. And I think that would be the best person
That
to
would
bring
be
on.
even better.
Right.
That would be
Right.
even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this way, there's no. Well, the girl's saying that just because he wants her to say that, or no, the girl would have nothing to lose. Should have no horse in the race, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I appreciate you keeping it clean.
Oh, I always do.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that you gave some information that I thought was useful as far as budgeting. Maybe you would like to explain one more time about the distance, where you would land, what bus you would want to take.
Okay.
And then we're not going to have time because it's going to be about a 5-minute spiel. Then I've got to go. We've got some personal business that we need to take care of today. And of course, we'll have you back on.
Great. I appreciate it. And we love to be on. You don't understand how we love to be on.
I think I do. All right. Okay. So I'm going to just let you go nuts again.
Okay.
But again, if you could just give some facts, some figures. You don't really have to sell Nicaragua, but if you can give the statistics, if you will. In other words, how much would a plane flight cost, if you know? If I flew from Vegas, do you know how long of a trip it would be? Where does a guy land? What bus does he take? What hotel would you recommend? If you have that information, because if there's one guy out there right now, there's 309 people watching. If there's one guy out there that wants to come and he's like bored, he's sitting in Oklahoma somewhere and he wants to come out to Nicaragua for 2 weeks, not necessarily retire, maybe that would help that guy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so on the channel, I like to have the fun and the games, and we've heard about the girls and the rotation and everything. But we also want to have information. We also want to be able to assist guys that are watching and make their life a little easier. So they want to know like what bus to take.
Okay.
I'm reading some of the comments here. Well, I think a few of them want to see the lipstick. Maybe you can get into that a little bit. But like I said, I'm just going to bail out. I'm going to let you do your thing and be a good boy.
Right. Okay, guys. Great. I have a good idea. Again, great to be back here. Again, a lot of the guys want to know about traveling. There's a lot of flights that come right into Miami. Right into Managua, which is the capital, which is the airport you guys would most likely fly into here. I'm trying to keep things pretty basic here. There are 2 options. You can fly into Liberia, Costa Rica. You can fly into Liberia or San Jose, Costa Rica. But it's a lot better, especially with these regulations. It's better just to fly into Managua. So if you're leaving from Miami, because that's the flight I know, they have, I think, 2 flights a day. And I know they have flights coming in from Dallas, wherever the hub is, because it's U.S. Air runs down here. So I think the U.S. Air hub is probably in Dallas. Again, there's one in Miami. There's not maybe a hub, but there's a lot of transfers going through Miami. So basically, you're looking around. Again, it could be a little bit more, it could be a little less. I never paid more than say $550, $560 to fly round trip there and back. So when you guys come down here, I can only say from Miami, but you can get all this stats right there online at your travel time. I fly direct from Miami. I'll go direct from Miami here, and it's about 2 hours, depending on if you pick up tailwinds or not. But I can be right in Managua in 2 hours. Once I deplane in Managua, I have a residency card here, so I have all the rights of any residency a person as a Nicaraguan person. But if you're just coming with your passport, you get a 90-day rights in the country to come in for 90 days. You pay $10, they stamp your passport, and then you're free to go outside the airport. And at that time, you're in the city of Managua. It's the biggest city here in Managua. As I said before, the guy who's kind of looking for a quick entertainment, a quick pickup, that kind of thing. That's probably the place for you. You have not a red light district like you'd find in Costa Rica, nothing like that. You might be a little disappointed, But if you're looking for something like that, that's the place for you. San Juan, no. Again, you'd be a little disappointed if you came down here thinking if that's your thing, that's your thing. So anyways, what I would suggest is this: if maybe you feel tight, pent up, you're a little frustrated being in the U.S., come down, stay in Managua. You'll land there. You can rest. They have malls, shopping centers. You can go right to what's the name of the mall? Plaza Inter or Metro Central. These malls are the Galleria. These malls are very similar to what you'd expect to find back in the States, UK, Australia. So you land there again, depending if you want to stay a day or two. There's a lot of hotels running from $30 up to. I have it on one of my videos when I went with her and another girl called Candy, and we went to a hotel called you guys will know the Hotel Intercontinental here in Managua, and I took the girls there. We had a good week, and again, I don't spend a lot on these girls, but I wanted to go to Managua because it was on the lipstick. I'll get to that in a minute, and I had to pick up a package. So I said, girls, why travel alone? Let's just go. I'll spoil them in just a little bit. I was going to get in the room myself. Let's go stay at the Hotel Intercontinental. So we went to the Intercontinental. I made a tape of it there. It was $100. $100 is $110, I believe, with taxes. So a 5-star hotel, Intercontinental. If you can spend it, I think that same hotel in San Francisco would be $300-400 for the room. But here it's the same treatment. Anything you'd expect from a Hotel Intercontinental, it's there $100. So the hotels in Managua, you'll have all price ranges from $30, and it's a decent place. I stayed in them. Like I said, I'm not the demanding person. I don't need the best, but as long as the place is clean, that's all I asked for. I stayed in places there were no windows, but it's nice, safe. Everybody's pleasant to you. It's not a dangerous town, but again, just have a little self-awareness. Don't get drunk and look for anything, because that's going to get anybody in trouble. Even if you're in Disneyland, just have your wits about you, and everybody's very respectable. And so that's where I would suggest if you want to spend $100, stay at the Hotel Intercontinental when you come in. You can blow off some steam there if you want to find a quick turnover girl or whatever. That's fine. That's the place for you. Not here. Then after that, you can get a bus. There's private taxis that run. I have a load of friends that would be more than happy to pick you up. Paul said it was a 10-minute. No, it's actually about I forget in kilometers, but it's actually like a 2.5 hour flight. I'm sorry. Once you get here, the drive is about from Managua to here, depending on if it's rush hour or not. You'll probably get in about an hour and a half. That gives you 10 minutes, 20 minutes to grab a sandwich on the way in here. It's a one road up, no problems. It's a Pan American Highway. It's paved, no problems. That actually Pan American Highway runs all the way from Argentina up to Canada. So anyways, if you want to come to San Juan, where I am, a lot of the people said, well, where's this guy living? I'm in San Juan del Sur, which I think is one of the nicest places here in Nicaragua. Why? Because it's close to the beach. You have everything you need. I'm close to Nicaragua. If I ever decide this isn't the place for me, I could be in Costa Rica in 30 minutes. I'm right on the border. I'm on the Pacific side, and I have the beach out here by my door. So anyways, it would take you about an hour and a half taxi ride. It's $80, but why pay that when you can catch a bus and you can be here in the bus in maybe 30, 40 minutes more, and the bus is like $3 or $4. So if you have the time, why spend the money? And you can take the bus right here. There's not a whole lot of stops. It's more of a direct bus, and they have like 12 buses leaving every day to and from, and it's easy to get around here. There's taxis. In fact, in one of my videos, we went to the next town over, which is a larger town. It's called Rivas, and you can buy more stuff. The grocery store's a little bigger because they cater to more people. So we went up there. I took up my own personal car, but you can pay $100 pesos, which is like $4, and you take it what they call colectivo, and you jump in the taxi, and everybody goes up and they drop you off there. So transportation here is very, very inexpensive. It runs day and night, 24 hours a day, but it runs up until the later parts of the night and then resumes again at 5. There's taxis. There's a lot of taxi drivers, my friends that are bilingual, and they'd be more than happy to take you anywhere you need to go at an inexpensive price. And so that's it. Paul wanted me to touch down on, because a lot of people are like, what is this guy doing? What's this lipstick? They hear about the lipstick, and it's in a lot of my videos. And
we're gonna cut it there, buddy, because I've got things to do.
Okay.
We've got a personal issue to deal with here,
Okay.
and so
We'll talk about it next time. We'll talk about it next time.
I appreciate
I'll
you.
tell you about my my
all
line
right,
of cosmetics that I designed. Yeah.
Next time we'll put some lipstick on you. See what happens.
Great. We'll put it on the girls too, because it doesn't rub off too easily. That's why I made it. It won't rub off.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having
sharing
us.
the information. So I was wrong. I said 20 minutes, and it's 2 hours. And
no,
so
longer. Let's say an hour and a half. Let's call it an hour and a half.
Okay, all right. But it's from now. I was gone. I did go smoke a cigarette. So if I fly from Florida, it's a 2-hour flight.
Right, called 2 hours, but depending, sometimes I got there here in under an hour and 45 minutes.
Is there one question that's on everybody's lips, I'm sure, is what about COVID? Is there any COVID testing or restrictions in Nicaragua right now?
They do require again, this is from what I picked up, because I haven't left I've been here so long. People coming in, they do want them to have a COVID test that's under 72 hours, that's less than 72 hours old, but there's no real quarantine. I haven't heard of anybody being locked up in a hotel and just kind of being thrown food and knocked on the door. None of that. It's a very frequent, and there's very few cases. I'm sure there's they want a little note, maybe you have to get a COVID test, but it's not like Costa Rica. Costa Rica is kind of like where you are there. Very strict. But here, I don't know of anybody, or I haven't read anybody on some of these local websites, like Facebook has a site here, where somebody got called to the airport, they got sent back home, because as long as they have a negative test, they get on the plane. Once they're here, they're welcome. They stamp their passport for $10. They're welcome here for 90 days. If they want to extend it for a couple dollars, they can do it. They promote tourism here. That's for sure.
But I would want to nail it down as far as the COVID test. That's a big deal. So if a COVID test is required, what I would recommend anybody looking to go to Nicaragua right now would be go on their government website and check what the requirements are, because I was under the impression the first time we talked that there was no problem getting in, but now I'm hearing a little something different, which is common. Because information is in flux.
And it changes.
And so the last thing we want to do is be responsible for somebody booking a ticket, getting there, and then finding out they don't have what they need. Nothing's worse.
The safety net for that, Paul, is the airlines are ultimately responsible, and they know what the rule is at that moment when if they're landing their plane there. So they'll tell you. American Airlines can tell you much more better than I can what the rules are, because they're responsible for the entry of their airlines. Yeah. So American Airlines could answer you whatever, because that could change from day to day. I don't want to give anybody information that might not be accurate. But what I have not heard of anybody getting pinned up, tied up, put in a quarantine, sent back, nothing like that.
Yeah, but your point also is that you've been there for 8 years, so it's not going to affect you. You're not thinking of leaving, so it's not going to affect you.
Right.
So it hasn't been in the front of your head. Where everybody else, like me, if I want to just go to a visiting island here, I have to research it because I can go, but turns out that I can't get back without a test.
Right.
So that influences my decision as to my travel plans.
Yeah.
And so, I want to end this here. I want to thank you for coming on.
I really want to say
thank you to everybody that sent their condolences for me.
Right, and we too sent our condolences.
We really, really appreciate that, guys, and we love you back just as much as I know you love us. So thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. Dean, I'm going to say goodbye. All right,
we'll see you
and
soon.
Thanks for coming on, buddy. Okay, so there you go. But one thing I do want to say is I'm going to miss some comments as usual because I do have to bug out. But if you guys think that Nicaragua is an option for you, then definitely make sure that you check with the airline, a government website, whatever, about a COVID test before leaving. Okay? Maybe you need to be vaccinated. I don't know. So the last thing I want you to do is get bad information from this channel via somebody else that doesn't really know. So, all right. Thanks again for everybody that showed their love today and your condolences, and may sends hugs to each and every one of you. And remember, be nice to each other. All right.